For full episodes of the Diverse Mentality podcast, check the links in the description below. The full video version is available on the main channel, and the audio version is available on your favorite streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. Kevin Gates. Shout out to Kevin Gates, one of my favorite rappers of all time. Thank God he's safe. This Lamborghini, he was in his Lamborghini SUV, the Urus, and he got T-boned in Los Angeles by some lady randomly. So, and there's video on TMZ where he's outside of the car, like kind of talking to the lady. I'm sure he's like kind of nurturing her in a way because she seems very scared. Like she's like, "Whoa, what the fuck just happened?" So,
but you the one who just T-boned me.
Yeah, but he seemed, he's peaceful, bro. Okay, yeah. Gates is reaching.
His side or the other side?
What do you mean?
Like driver's side or passenger side?
I don't know. They just zoom in on the Lamborghini SUV and you can't really see it, but her front of her car is all messed up. Here's the article. Kevin Gates was reportedly cruising around Los Angeles on Monday night, March 29th, when he was T-boned by another driver. According to TMZ, a woman driving a Toyota Prius slammed into his Lamborghini SUV, causing the vehicle to spin out of control. Law enforcement explained the woman ran a red light and came into contact with Gates' vehicle in the intersection, which eventually came to a stop at about 100 feet away from the point of impact. That's long. Nobody was hurt in the accident, but Gates got out of the car and was calmly talking to the woman who remained in the driver's seat. Photos of Gates' Lambo show extensive damage to the right and back passenger doors.
Okay, so the other side.
That's good, yeah. Police showed up to the scene and facilitated an exchange of insurance information before all parties left. So
he was able to drive off?
I doubt it because of the car's totaled, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah, at that point. I'm sure you could still drive it, but it's just the wheel. I don't think the wheel.
Drive like that, right?
Yeah, so he can afford to just get rid of it and get a new one. And this
hell no! Her insurance gonna pay for that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm just yeah. Obviously, insurance is gonna take care of it, but he can afford to just leave the car there. Like me, if it was my Lamborghini Urus, I wouldn't be leaving the car there. I'd be like, yo, make sure this goes to the shop. Yeah, and there you go. So.
Toyota Corolla at 96. Nah, we want shit to the shop.
Yeah. So this story is crazy because I just watched the video that shout out to Tafili sent me. It's him on Instagram Live.
Recently?
No, this is probably a year and a half ago. And this is a story that I never knew about Kevin Gates. And I know a lot of information because he's one of my favorite rappers. So I looked up on him in interviews and stuff. He's never mentioned this in interviews. Basically, there's a track called In My Feelings, which is on the Luca Brasi 2 mixtape. And it's a very personal track, right? Yeah. And he has a lot of those tracks that are very personal and talk about his life story, stuff like that. And the girl that was on Instagram Live with him asked him, what was the motivation for that track? And she was like, because it helped me get through a lot. My best friend died. She said it was like a year ago, and that track helped me, get through a lot. So he's like, listen, I never told anybody this, but that track came from I was in love with the female at around 17, 18 somewhere. And he was on the phone with her and was like, yo, if you really love me, come drive to me right now. Right now, do it. So they're like yelling at each other, blah, blah, blah. Like, drive to me if you really love me, blah, blah, blah. So the girl drives, goes on the highway, loses control and dies. Yeah. So you can tell he's really emotionally hurt by it. He's been through a lot of things. So that reminds, I kind of just wanted to tie into this story because, he got just, and he was in the live, he was mentioning that's why he always watches how he drives very carefully because of that and he's always felt depressed because he feels like it's his fault. So he never let that go. Now he's like, he said in the Instagram Live he started to let it go, but that's why he was doing the syrup, the drugs. Eventually got away from that, and
that's deep.
It helped him get through a lot of things. So